something feels off. There's a moment you get if you've actually used Agentic AI where something just doesn't sit right. Everything looks impressive on the surface. The language is smooth. The plans sound coherent. The system appears to know exactly what it's doing. And then you watch it closely. Not small bugs, not edge cases, structural problems. You see it confidently misread something simple, build an entire plan on that mistake, and then just keep going as if nothing had happened. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it, because what you're looking at isn't intelligence, it's performance. What agentic AI actually means. Let's strip away the marketing. Agentic AI is not some new kind of mind. It's a language model in a loop. You take a system that generates plausible text, you give it tools, and you let it iterate. It breaks tasks into steps, it decides what to do next, it calls functions, and it produces outputs. It looks like thinking, but nothing fundamental has changed. The core system still predicts what words should come next based on patterns in data, and it doesn't actually understand the task in any grounded sense. It doesn't have a stable model of the world. You've just given it permission to act. Artificial means artificial. This is the part everyone forgets. It's called artificial intelligence for a reason. Artificial doesn't mean early stage human intelligence. It means simulated. What you're dealing with is a system that can produce the appearance of understanding without actually having it. It can explain things clearly. This can justify its decisions. It can sound reflective. But none of that guarantees it's anchored to reality. And that distinction matters a lot more once you give it agency. The illusion of understanding. Language is incredibly deceptive. If something speaks fluently, explains itself clearly, and answers with confidence, your brain assumes there's understanding behind it. Agentic systems lean directly into that. They don't just give answers, they narrate their reasoning. They tell you what they're doing and why. And it sounds convincing until you follow it step by step. Then you see it misinterpret data, invent constraints, or quietly drift off course. It doesn't reliably know when it's wrong. Agentic hallucination. Here's where things go from impressive to dangerous. A normal AI gives you an answer that might be wrong. You check it. The agent doesn't just answer, it acts. It builds a plan, it executes it. It feeds its own outputs back into itself and continues. So when it's wrong, it doesn't stop. It compounds the error. It might invent a non-existent API, then write code to call it, then debug the failure it created, all while sounding completely confident. This is agentic hallucination. Not just making things up, but building systems on top of those mistakes. The compounding error problem. Even small error rates become a big deal with agents. If each step is mostly correct, that's fine for 1 or 2 steps, but agents don't stop there. Each step depends on the last one being right. So errors accumulate. What starts as a minor misunderstanding turns into a completely broken workflow 10 steps later. That's why these systems feel okay in short bursts and unreliable over longer tasks. They don't fail immediately, they drift. What actually works? To be fair, there is something real here. These systems are useful. As tools, they are excellent. coding assistants with guardrails, research helpers in constrained domains, productivity boosters with clear verification. Give them boundaries, checkpoints, and human oversight, and they deliver real value. But that's the key distinction. Tools are not agents. Assistance is not autonomy. And usefulness is not understanding. The reality check. If you've used these systems properly, you already know this. They're fragile. They're inconsistent. They need supervision. There are improvements, yes, better orchestration, reflection loops, tool validation, retrieval systems to ground outputs. But these are scaffolds. They may help, but they don't fix the underlying issue. The core system still produces plausible outputs, not guaranteed truth. The emperor's new clothes. At some point, you start to wonder whether we're watching something familiar. Everyone is talking about how incredible this is, how transformative, how close we are to full autonomy. And you're sitting here thinking, this doesn't actually work properly. Not reliably, not at scale, but because the outputs look impressive and the demos are polished and the narrative keeps moving forward. And fewer people seem willing to say the obvious. Why this is happening? This isn't just hype. There's real momentum behind it. There's genuine progress in some areas. There's real technical excitement. And there's also a lot of money and expectation tied up in what happens next. So the story becomes self-reinforcing. It's improving. It will work. It's nearly there. And if it's not quite there yet, it's close enough to talk about it as if it is. The missing piece. The real problem isn't capability, it's reliability. For true autonomy, these systems would need to consistently know when they're wrong, track reality across multiple steps, maintain stable goals, recover from mistakes. Right now, they do these things inconsistently at best. There are partial fixes, verification layers, human-in-the-loop systems, structured workflows. But these are workarounds, not solutions. Conclusion. Remember the first word. The simplest way to stay grounded is to remember the first word. Artificial. This is not intelligence in the way we understand it. It's a simulation of intelligence, a powerful one, a useful one, but still a simulation. And when you give that simulation agency, you are not creating a thinking system. You are creating a system that can act on its own guesses. Sometimes those guesses are brilliant. Sometimes they're completely wrong. And the problem is, it doesn't reliably know the difference.